Hello, I welcome you to session number 1 on the introduction and implementation of the pilot project. During the next 15 minutes, I will introduce the necessary implementation arrangements for the proposed pilot project, including project's implementation arrangements, functional or divisional responsibilities, as well as roles of individual members, and finally, information sharing requirements. Before we consider key implementation issues, we need to come back to the pilot project description to remind its background. Why do we need to pilot? Pilot projects are essential to showcase viability of proposed solutions, techniques, and approaches that have the potential for scaling up through further government support. Pilot project proposed under this technical assistance was developed considering aspects of replicability, development impact, and sustainability. Various capacity and knowledge activities will also be initiated to increase awareness of stakeholders on how the project can be sustainably implemented. The goal is to prevent further deterioration of the environment and health generated by illegal dumping, increase community awareness of associated negative impacts, introduce improved waste collection and removal practices, and meet government's objective for waste minimization. The objectives of the pilot project proposed are to explore and promote sustainability and inclusiveness in innovative solutions for municipal solid waste management in Mogadishu. Involving local communities in garbage collection, including sorting and recycling, can be organized as a community business that generates income, particularly for vulnerable population groups. We propose to maximize potential environmental benefits and economic opportunities from solid waste management, while reducing the adverse impact of current solid waste management issues and problems on the health and safety of Mogadishu communities. To ensure a smooth implementation of this pilot, accurate planning and structured preparatory activities are essential. As with any project, you need to set goals and identify objectives. We have done just that. We know our objectives. Then we need to identify human resources and organizations that will participate. We also need to develop an implementation plan that includes steps, actions, strategies to meet the objectives and goals. Information sharing mechanisms that will define the flow of information among different parties, internal and external, needs to be formulated. A monitoring and reporting system must be designed. We will now move to organizational and human resources needs of the pilot. The organogram on this picture shows all parties involved in implementing the pilot project. You will see horizontal coordination at the municipal government, Benadi Regional Administration, and vertical coordination of the district councils, PCU, project coordinating unit, project implementing unit, and the World Bank. The pilot project will be implemented by Benadi Regional Administration. A dedicated coordination unit must be established, comprised of, for example, Waste Management Division, Social Division, and other departments. District Advisory Group, consisting of community members in the districts and district commissioners, district council, need to be instituted under the leadership of Benadi Regional Administration. We recommend to staff a coordination unit with the following positions. The team leader is responsible for the overall project preparation and implementation. In terms of planning and scheduling, he will coordinate staff, vehicles, equipment for waste collection, transportation and disposal operations, availability of security arrangements. preparing progress reports and final reports, providing effective and regular supervision of all activities under all components, supervising quality control to ensure that the physical works are executed in accordance with established standards, criteria, specification, procedures, and implementation schedules, identifying and responding to potential risks, providing other services necessary to deliver the project. A communication expert is taking overall responsibility for a gender-sensitive public awareness and community outreach campaign, following the communication strategy and the public awareness and community outreach campaign design. The communication expert will design and lead a gender-sensitive public awareness and community outreach campaign focusing on solid waste management issues, the importance of removing illegal waste and keeping the neighborhoods clean after, and the reduce, reuse, and recycle concept, and foster community understanding of the project. In addition, he or she will be liaising with district authorities to obtain data, facilitate project stakeholder meetings and workshops, and perform other tasks as directed by the project's needs. Solid waste management engineer and trainer will assist the team leader in planning, designing, and implementing illegal dump sites removal, facilitating communities' understanding of the waste bank concept, and design of awareness-raising campaign. As trainer, he or she will use communication tools and strategies to effectively train cleanup workers on safe waste collection and environmental health and safety standards and practices through on-ground activities and approach, lead the formation of community groups, particularly women's groups, and engage with them regularly to build their social leadership skills and provide them best practices for sustainable solid waste management operations. Assist team leader in calculating manpower requirements, preparation of reports, and performing other duties within the scope of his or her competence. A chief field supervisor who will supervise field-based activities at the district level, maintaining sufficient site-based staff, with clear allocation of duties and monitoring, inspecting, and closely following up the weekly project activities in line with the timely requirements of the implementation plan, coordinate with stakeholders to achieve timely completion of project goals, and perform other duties that may be required. Financial expert and social gender experts are optional and can be staffed by project implementation unit, for example. I want to remind you that the proposed organizational structure is optional. We recommend that Benadi Regional Administration, assisted by the project implementation unit, adjust the final structure based on the pilot scope, timeframes, and available budget. At the field level, a field supervisor will provide a district-based coordination and management of cleanup works, ensure compliance to occupational health and safety standards during the implementation of the pilot activities, distribute equipment and tools to ensure that cleanup workers properly use them, prepare daily field supervision reports, ensuring that all complaints and injuries are registered and addressed properly. Depending on the scope and the size of the cleanup area, an assistant may also be engaged. Preparation and adoption of information sharing mechanism are required to ensure inclusiveness, transparency, and the meaningful participation of all stakeholders. The information sharing strategy provides an agreed communication platform for all key stakeholders, particularly between the communities and the implementing party, and World Bank, to ensure that the former's views and interests are fully integrated into the project design, implementation, reporting, and impact. The information sharing mechanisms ensure that vulnerable groups such as poor, elderly, minority groups, and women groups who risk being marginalized are provided with opportunities for communication and feedback during pilot project design and implementation. In this way, the strategy serves to inform and support community development, enhance Benadi Regional Administration capacity to manage project outcomes, and enhance project benefits and mitigate negative impacts. The objectives are twofold: ensure a regular flow of reliable information to enhance stakeholders' understanding of pilot project objectives, benefits, plans, strategies, and establish two-way information sharing dialogue mechanism between implementing party and stakeholders to ensure social inclusion and effective risk mitigation. The stakeholders are Benadi Regional Administration, that is responsible for design, management, and implementation of the project; community groups, who will be involved in project activities and will support the delivery of critical messages to the communities; beneficiary residents in the targeted districts; local media. Information to be shared include pilot project objectives, benefits, implementation plan and schedules, minutes of meetings and protocols, periodic reports on implementation, achievement of objectives, outcomes, costs, opportunities for short-term employment. Information sharing methods include press releases in the local media, public meetings and workshops, media outreach via local television, radio in local language, and calling and messaging people through cell phones, print materials including posters prepared for the project, community and school meetings, public cultural and religious events, virtual or physical meetings. Thank you for watching this video, and we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and enjoy a variety of other videos related to pilot project implementation.